This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois. Lots to get to tonight, but first, miraculously, no one was hurt when a car crashed into a Bangor dental office earlier today. According to Bangor Assistant Fire Chief Greg Hodge, an elderly woman pulled into the parking lot of Creative Dental Solutions around 1:45 this afternoon. He says the woman tried to apply the brakes, but instead she accidentally accelerated, causing her car to crash into the main lobby of the building.
She went in through the main entrance and has essentially partially come out the side of the building over here. We're extremely fortunate. The dental office was closed for lunch at that time. 15 minutes later and the lobby would have been full of people, but there was nobody in the lobby and there wasn't even anybody at the front desk. So there were no injuries with this at all.
Assistant Chief Hodge says the elderly driver was able to exit the vehicle on her own. Crews remained on scene this afternoon to stabilize the building in order to safely pull that vehicle out. An Ellsworth police officer made an improper turn before crashing into another vehicle. That's the conclusion of an investigation by the Hancock County Sheriff's Office. That crash happened at the intersection of the Bucksport Road and Twin Hill Road back on September 24th. Ellsworth police officer Zachary Chandler attempted to use the breakdown lane to perform a U-turn after spotting a speeding vehicle going east. The marked cruiser allegedly struck the side of a vehicle going west, causing it to roll over several times before coming to a rest in a ditch. 2 New Hampshire women involved in the crash received minor injuries and were taken to a hospital. According to Hancock County Sheriff's Office and Lieutenant Jake Day, the turn made by the Ellsworth officer was improper because it was on a hill near an intersection. The investigation also concluded the cruiser lights and sirens were not on at the time of the crash. Homeless encampments remain a growing issue in cities like Bangor and in Portland, and lawmakers are proposing legislative action on how to handle the situation. Our Grace Blanchard spoke with local representatives on their efforts to find a solution.
State Representative Ambreen Rana of House District 21 in Bangor has proposed a set of bills that would ban the clearing of homeless encampments across the state.
So encampment suites don't actually solve the problem of homelessness. They just move the problem and inflict more unnecessary trauma on an already vulnerable population.
This comes after the clearing of the Valley Avenue encampment in Bangor earlier this year.
People are forced to pick up all of their belongings and only are able to take what they can carry. Oftentimes they lose their belongings, they lose important documents or identification documents.
Rana is not alone in wanting to find solutions to this pressing problem. Representative Grayson Lookner is proposing the establishment of areas for emergency encampments. He said in a statement, quote, "Sweeping encampments has been shown to increase mortality among our neighbors experiencing homelessness. Allowing for sanctioned sites where people can camp at night in appropriate areas could provide for better sanitation and safety precautions while the state and municipalities work to build the housing and shelter space we need to end the crisis."
These conversations will definitely happen together, and my hope is, as we're taking each step, that we're making sure that we are communicating and building relationships with our neighbors who are in encampments.
Representative Rana says it is likely the bills will go before legislature in January, given their emergent situation.
These are human beings that are members of our community. They are our neighbors, and they do deserve dignity and respect. And if we're just sweeping them from encampments, my question is, where else do they have to go?
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
After a lopsided 95-5 vote, the town of Bradford has issued a moratorium on building new houses, shelters, campgrounds, and tiny home parks. This comes after the nonprofit Bangor Friends of Affordable Housing bought 35 acres of land along Middle Road in Bradford with the hope of constructing a new residential complex there. Our Doug Banks spoke with the nonprofit's president and the Bradford Select Board chairman to find out how both parties plan to move forward.
After months of meetings and deliberation, the town of Bradford has put a 180-day moratorium in place on any proposals concerning rooming houses, shelters, campgrounds, and tiny homes. This directly impacts Bangor Friends of Affordable Housing, whose president Michael Tuller had begun construction on what he described as an affordable housing complex. Residents were concerned, however, that the project will turn into a homeless encampment. Tuller says he was constructing homes for those dealing with hardship.
To make sure that what their fears aren't going to come to light, which is, drug-infested encampment or something.
According to Tuller, he went into the latest meeting to give information to residents and select board members, but wasn't able to.
It was a little surprising because I went out there to try to, see if anybody wanted more information. And during the meeting, they do have a rule for special meetings that unless you have a 2/3 majority, you can't talk if you're not a resident. And so, I wasn't able to talk.
According to Bradford Select Board Chairman Errol Hansen, he says one of the concerns raised was transportation services. In part of a statement given to ABC7 Fox 22, Hansen says, "We were initially surprised when we first heard about the Bangor Friends of Affordable Housing construction. This moratorium allows us to take a pause and possibly look at new regulations and the town's current land use ordinances concerning this matter."
The other option is to go to selectmen's meeting and say, okay, this is what it takes to buy me out. And I'll go somewhere where the resistance isn't as high.
In Bradford, Doug Banks, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
As all eyes remain focused on the escalating war between Hamas and Israel, the impact here in the U.S. continues to be felt as well. Americans are among the scores killed in the conflict so far, and some have even been taken hostage. The University of Maine Hillel Group has gathered for a candlelight vigil on campus to show solidarity with the people of Israel. And our Beth Jones now joins us live from the UMaine campus. Beth?
Well, students here wanted to honor the lives lost, pray for those who've been kidnapped, and most importantly, share their grief and support each other. This vigil today gave them the chance to do just that. Now, university officials tell us that students have stated serious concerns for their safety, so we were asked not to film the faces of those who attended the vigil and to keep a distance as well. We stood by as they stood together, held candles, and prayed. We are told that students here do have friends and family in Israel and surrounding countries, so this war is very personal to them. Another reason why they sought comfort in each other at this vigil here today on campus. Now, we will have much more coming up on Fox 22 News at 10, as well as ABC7 News at 11. For now, I'm Beth Jones reporting for ABC7 News and Fox 22 from the University of Maine campus. Back to you.
All right, Beth, thank you. As we turn our attention to the outdoors now, we definitely felt that cool off today and seeing some sprinkles out there as well. For a look ahead at what we can expect this evening, let's take a first check of our forecast now.
Thank you so much, Peter. Our first weather is brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Do you need extra storage, a place to live, camp on your lot, building for your pets? Well, check them out in Winterport or at the Bangor Mall, and of course at winterportsheds.com. All right, what a chilly start to the day. Temperatures by the coast into those lower 40s, mid 40s here in town. Look up north, Millinocket area, Greenville in those upper 30s, even mid 30s all the way up north. But we did rebound very nicely, hovering all over the area near 60 degrees. Just up north, though, slightly cooler. Millinocket mid 50s. Look at Greenville, not quite as lucky, only in those upper 40s. We all did see lots of clouds throughout the day, pretty much all day today. A couple of sprinkles in the area as well, or some lighter showers in some of the spots in the region. Wind speed wise, though, not much going on. A solid 5 to 10 mile per hour breeze for tonight, though. The winds won't be a big issue, but we will continue to cool off. Temperatures will be hovering in those upper 40s to lower 50s with mostly cloudy skies and some scattered rain showers. Peter?
All righty, Conrad, thank you. And coming up on ABC7 News at 6, this year's elections are less than a month out from right now. Our Corey Bouchard spoke with the Secretary of State to learn more about the absentee ballot process. And the Maine Arts Academy held a ribbon-cutting ceremony for its new school facility in Augusta today. We'll take you there. Stay tuned.
To prepare you for winter, we're holding the Toyota All-Wheel Drive Savings Event with thousands of Toyotas to choose from. Right now, you could save with 3.99% financing on a Tacoma 4x4. The event ends October 31st. Toyota, let's go places.
Main House Home Furnishings and Gifts has a fantastic fall 40% off sale on home goods starting on Monday, October 9th. Bring some friends and enjoy the foliage on the way to the corner of routes 15 and 16 in Abbott.
Maine has the best shipbuilders in the world.
But to compete, we need reliable and affordable energy.
That's why we're voting no.
No on question 3.
It will cost Mainers billions and increase costs for families and businesses like Bath Iron Works.
Like Bath Iron Works. And the politicians, they're not even required to have an operations plan when they take over. We'd never do our job without a plan.
Please vote no on question 3.
It's a bad idea for Maine.
With AAA insurance, by bundling our home and auto policies, we saved over $450.
And we were shocked at the savings.
When we switched to AAA auto insurance and bundled our policies, we were able to save over $400 every year.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
Well, my passion is hang gliding. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's like flying. I mean, it's like everything you always dreamed about. AAA insurance helps us save more.
And do more.
The savings from AAA insurance has allowed me to pursue my passion of making jewelry. It's great to have a little bit of extra cash to do something that you love.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 866-460-1310 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
We have 2 twin boys, Will and Wyatt. Investing in a fund that can allow them to go to a trade school or that can allow them to go to a university and give them those varying options is something that we really liked about the Next Gen 529.
We decided, hey, we could do $5 every 2 weeks for both of them.
And remind ourselves like we're doing the best we can for our kids.
To learn more about Next Gen 529, its investment objectives, risks, and costs, read the program description at nextgenforme.com. Check if your home state has a 529 plan that offers tax or other benefits.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. We are less than 1 month away until this year's election, but you don't have to wait until Election Day to cast your ballot. Our Corey Bouchard spoke with the Secretary of State to learn more about how you can make your voice heard without waiting in that long line.
This is what voters need to know. Everywhere across the state, absentee ballots are available for any reason or no reason at all.
Secretary of State Shenna Bellows is Maine's top election officer. She is charged with making sure that every Maine election is free, fair, and accessible to the public. And that means multiple ways to cast your ballot.
You can go online to our online absentee ballot request service. You can call your municipal clerk and ask that a ballot be mailed to you. You can fill out an application and submit that, or you can go in person. Here in Maine, we have no excuse in-person absentee voting.
Casting an absentee ballot isn't hard, says Secretary Bellows, but you have to make sure you follow the directions listed on the ballot, and that includes what you have to do after you have made your choices.
Every absentee ballot must be in an absentee ballot envelope and signed by the voter. That's for tracking purposes, and we have an online absentee ballot tracking system that allows voters to see when their request has been processed, when the ballot has been issued, and after they complete the ballot and return it to the clerk, they can see that that ballot has been received and processed by the clerk and accepted or not.
According to Secretary Bellows, Maine has the gold standard of election security, which she believes is why Maine was #1 in the nation for voter participation in the 2022 election. But that hasn't stopped certain conspiracy theories from popping up.
One of the top conspiracies we hear is, what if people just photocopy ballots and drop them in the drop box? I'm here to tell you, if a ballot is not in the corresponding absentee ballot return envelope, with the clear signature of the voter that requested it, it will not be counted.
Secretary Bellows adds that if you do vote early, your vote is final, and you can't make any changes to the ballot if you change your mind on a referendum question. In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The Maine Arts Academy held a ribbon-cutting ceremony for its new school facility in Augusta today. That building, which was a former Veterans Care facility, is now home to Maine Arts Academy, a public charter school for grades 9 through 12 offering dance, music, theater, visual arts, and film. Heather King, the head of school for Maine Arts Academy, says they are grateful to have found such a perfect spot.
This space had 3 cafeterias when we bought it, so those cafeterias are being utilized by the arts. Our dancers are going to have a dance space. We're actually went under construction for a dance space. Our visual arts students have a much larger space now, which was a cafeteria. Our theater students have a larger space to work in. So the building was really conducive for a school, and it's so nice that it was a veterans home, and there's so many stories.
Says there are currently 247 students enrolled at the school from 13 different Maine counties. Great to see. Well, coming up in sports, Maine hockey officially opens their season tomorrow. We'll hear from the Black Bears as they get ready to get back in front of the Alphon crowd. That story coming right up.
Here with at-home kitchen, bath, and flooring in Dover Foxcroft, we are proud to be the one-stop destination for all of your interior home renovation needs. Here you'll find our amazing kitchen design team and our flooring installers on staff and ready for you and your custom projects. We have over 50 years of combined experience, and we will work with you from start to finish, including design, demo, and cleanup. So come on down and see us and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
From a gallon of gas to a gallon of milk, everything costs more these days. And question 3 will make things worse. It'll cost billions, and we'll be on the hook for it. It will increase our electric bills. And question 3, it doesn't require an operations plan, not even for emergencies or power outages. Question 3 is too costly and too risky for my family. I'm voting no on 3. It's a bad idea for Maine.
People ask me all the time, are those commercials really true? Does Lowry & Associates really get all of those clients, all of those big settlements? Yes, we do. We really have gotten millions of dollars for Mainers hurt by commercial vehicles. And the insurance companies know when you call the twos, we're going to fight for you. And you know what else is true? I really am standing on top of this big truck.
Hurt by a big truck? Call the twos. We win for you.
Today's real estate market has changed dramatically.
It's changed in both buying and selling.
There are so many things to keep in mind.
Higher interest rates, property insurance issues, and higher prices.
That's why more than ever, it's important you choose an experienced team.
That's us. We want to help you sell well
and buy well. It's a professional experience from start
to sold.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Dirt Road Acres, your #1 dispensary, providing outstanding customer service and award-winning knowledge at the most affordable prices.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We are going to start out on the hockey rink. The Bruins season begins tonight at 7:30 p.m. and tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. The puck drops on the Maine men's hockey regular season as well. The Black Bears will open the year against Rensselaer Polytech at 7 p.m. at the Alphon Thursday night. It's head coach Ben Barr's 3rd season at the helm in Orono, and last year was their most successful season since Jeremy Swayman was in net. They finished 7th in Hockey East, but fell to Vermont at home in the first round of the playoffs. But they've been at it since July, working to get back to the top, and everyone is looking forward to get back in front of the home crowd at the Alphon.
Anytime you skate on the Alphon, it's you're left speechless, you're left breathless. I get chills thinking about it right now. So this is such a special, unique place. I've been looking forward to this every year when the last game ends and you just start on your calendar. You got the first game circled, so I can't wait.
It's always fun to come back here and play. It's been a long time. You know, March, when our season ended in March, that was a long time ago. So I think our guys will be ready to go on Thursday night.
The Black Bears got their first taste of game action against New Hampshire this weekend, beating them 3-2 in an exhibition. And while they are happy with that result and their effort and pleased with the depth of their lineup, they say the execution needs to be a bit better heading into the regular season.
We're going to work hard every night, but, you know, when does working hard turn into results on a nightly basis? When does working hard turn into finishing that play, scoring that goal, that kind of stuff, making that extra save? That's really what we're focused on, continuing with our effort, and then, you know, hopefully the execution keeps improving.
Certainly looking forward for hockey nights at the Alphon to get going soon. Let's move on now to some football. After 2 blowout losses in a row, the Patriots will try and regroup this Sunday when they visit the Raiders out in Las Vegas. It is a 4 o'clock kickoff. The Pats returning to the practice field after starting the season with so much promise. The team has spiraled towards the bottom of the NFL. Patriots are averaging a league-worst 11 points a game. Quarterback Mac Jones, who just 3 years ago as a rookie made it to the Pro Bowl, has regressed. The offensive line has some glaring holes, while the team is lacking speed and skill players on both sides of the ball as well. But at least for right now, the players and the coaches are staying positive and hoping to right the ship before it really sinks.
Yeah, right now it's like we're focused on doing what we need to do to play better, coach better, and beat Las Vegas.
We're out there playing a game that we love. Right now it's not looking too good, but we got to flip the switch, right, and start over and figure out ways to go out there and have fun and sling the ball around, and guys go make plays and then celebrate with each other too.
All right, that's enough on those guys. Let's move on and get back to the ice now. Hockey returns to the TD Garden tonight when the new-look Boston Bruins host #1 pick Connor Bedard and the Chicago Blackhawks. The Bruins are coming off of a great regular season with a bad ending in the postseason. We all know those details. No need to revisit them. This season, the Bruins have some talented young forwards, a rock-solid defense, and perhaps the best goalie tandem in the NHL in Linus Ullmark and former UMaine star Jeremy Swayman. Plus, they're in year 2 of former Black Bear Jim Montgomery behind the bench, and the Bees are excited to go out there and make some noise.
I'm excited. It's going to be a fun one. I think everyone here is excited to finally get going for real, and we're excited to make some noise.
Exciting time for everyone. A lot of firsts for guys in this room. So yeah, it'll be a special night, hopefully for everyone.
All right, that's all the time we have for sports. Certainly looking forward to that. Here is Conrad Sapinski with your full 5-day forecast. Conrad?
Thank you so much, Tyler. Our main weather today is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studios in Penobscot Plaza in Bangor, providing custom ink by licensed artists for over 20 years. All right, guys, take a look at this. Pretty active pattern going on right now. All throughout the Northeast, we got some cloudy skies, mostly cloudy all over the region, and some showers all over the area as well. No snow and no heavy rainfall. This is all very light, more on the sprinkles to light rain showers. And that's kind of what we had going on earlier today. Pretty much all throughout the day, we saw some mostly cloudy skies and some sprinkles in the area. This will be continuing throughout the day tomorrow. Then we finally start to clear up by the weekend. And then by beginning of next week, that's when we'll see a couple more chances of showers. Very light showers, but still some showers. And an umbrella will be needed the next several days. But take a look at this. Tomorrow, maybe a trace of an inch of rain. Not much, maybe a tenth. And then by the weekend, let's say Sunday into Monday timeframe, that's where we're possibly looking at 1/4 inch of rain, mainly just less than 1/4 inch of rain all over the state, with some pockets, of course, some isolated spots, a little bit more than 1/4 inch of rain. But overall, though, we're going to continue to stay near average for this time of year. Kind of like today, near average temperature is 60 here in town by the coast, Bar Harbor, Rockland, 60 degrees as well. Like I said, near average is pretty much 60 degrees. We've been above average the last couple of weeks. Not even one day with the near average to slightly below average temperatures. The last 2 weeks, even the last 2.5 weeks, we've been above average. But now look what happens. A little bit cooler. Our average high is around 60. We're going to stay near average the next several days. near average as well into Friday, as our high is going to continue to go down. And then look what happens. By next week, we're going to be in those mid-50s, but still our average high temperature is going to continue to cool off. So by then, we're still going to continue to stay near average for this time of year. For tonight, above average temperatures actually in those upper 40s. Mostly cloudy skies, a couple of sprinkles will be possible, like I mentioned earlier. Other than that, mainly dry. For tomorrow, same story, a couple of scattered showers. Overall, though, mostly cloudy. Temperatures near average, around 61 degrees with a pretty calm wind as well. Our extended forecast outlook does show good-looking day on Friday into Saturday. Temperatures near average, around 60 degrees. And then more chances of sprinkles Sunday into Monday. Temperatures will be hovering in those mid to upper 50s.
All right, so some pretty typical fall weather there. Definitely keeping an eye on the weekend and that rain. All right, well, there's more stories to come after the break. Stay with us.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault. The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota equipment. The #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience, with professional grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
Does your dream kitchen look like this? Or this? Or maybe you need a little more inspiration. Get it when you explore the complete in-store showroom displays at Hammond Lumber Company. When you find the look you like, the Hammond team will help you customize it, including accurate 3D renderings, so you can visualize your project before the work begins. Hammond offers delivery from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire and professional service after the sale. Your dream kitchen begins when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Ready to refresh your home? Fall into savings with incredible deals at the Furniture Gallery. Shop new arrivals from top brands like Ashley, Serta, Restonic, Nectar, and Franklin. Fall in love with unbeatable deals like our sofa and love seat sets for only $9.99 or sofas starting at $3.99. Indulge in ultimate comfort with over 150 recliner styles starting at just $2.99. My family and I are committed to giving you the best value for your money at the Furniture Gallery. Support our Maine family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery.
To prepare you for winter, we're holding the Toyota All-Wheel Drive Savings Event with thousands of Toyotas to choose from. Recent and soon-to-be college grads could get a $500 rebate over and above most other offers. The event ends October 31st. Toyota, let's go places.
Tonight, the brutal war in Israel.
It's something that I never saw in my life.
Innocent families mourn while others just wait for news. As rockets light up the sky, David Muir and team report from Israel. Tonight on World News Tonight with David Muir.
Welcome back, and finally tonight, a local woman grows pumpkins so rotund even Charlie Brown couldn't miss them. Our Devin Dagnall went to VZ earlier today and brings us the story.
Grew 2 pumpkins this year. One was named Goose and one was named Snoop Gourd.
That's Sarah Whitty, and she's been growing giant vegetables out of this VZ backyard for almost a decade. Recently, she brought her 2 pumpkins to the Damariscotta Pumpkin Fest and the Deerfield Fair, where her pumpkin Snoop Gourd won the Howard Dill Award, which means it was the best-looking pumpkin at the fair.
Snoop Gourd was my pride and joy. He was a beautiful pumpkin. Most times the giant pumpkins are kind of ugly. Snoop Gourd was a perfect shape, round, beautiful, vibrant orange.
And pumpkins aren't even Whitty's only giant vegetable. Up here on her 14-foot trellis, she's growing long gourds, which start off like these little green beans, but after a few weeks can grow to be over 10 feet long.
they're just really long and weird, and just another weird fun thing to grow.
This year, and for the first time, WVII grew a giant vegetable a lot like a zucchini called a marrow, which set a state record at 60.5 pounds.
This year I was the only person to grow in Maine this year, but I'm hoping it encourages other growers to try and beat me so that I can try and beat them again and do better.
Of course, the question on everyone's mind, do these giant vegetables ever become a giant meal?
Can you eat them? Probably, like if you were dying, but typically we don't.
Well, since Snoop Gourd won't be ending up on any dinner plates anytime soon, WVII plans on taking it on tour to show everyone around this state's prettiest pumpkin. In VZ, Devin Dagnall, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Wow, just an amazing closing shot of that pumpkin being hauled away there. I'm surprised it can even fit in the back of that pickup truck, but just a great story there, Devin. Thank you. And that's going to do it for us tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in to ABC7 News at 6. We'll be right back here later on tonight.